our first player in Seed 1 is gonna be Jonas playing a spicy Safi combo daughter deck, he called it. I look forward to seeing that one in action. In second seed, we have Joe with his super fast Nagila Turbonos deck. And we have Manuel on Elsha in third seed. And then we have our local hero Ahmed on Blue Farm in the fourth seed. And Ahmed actually won our first Tier 1 tournament this summer. So he's our reigning champ.
Okay, so it seems we have no pre-game actions. Unlikely that...
Well, it was also very unlikely that to have two in our first spot.
Yeah.
So we can see here our Safi player plays a fetch line and then passes his turn. And Joe casts a Vampiric Tutor.
Yeah. The tempo on the Vampiric Tutors has changed a lot since the introduction of Opposition Agent lately.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You want to get your tutors done before they get a chance to agent you. Definitely.
Yes. So it's not
so
as much of an edge over the Imperial Seal anymore.
So what do you think Joe's getting here this early? Is it acceleration or a payoff?
The usual play is acceleration, I think.
Yeah. So we're talking Mana Crypt.
Yeah. That's what I will go get.
Same, I think. Yeah.
But he's off colors for an Agila with the land, so.
Yeah, but we have to assume that he has another source in his hand, given that. And we are on to... You can see we got our turn order a bit wrong here. We got Ahmed on Blue Farm now being in third. He crypt, plays Soul Ring, have one floating. Already we see a lot of mana out of Ahmed.
Yeah.
And he even got a True Marks. Still has a mana floating.
Hey.
Okay, it's all mana.
So it's a crown. We're on crown mana.
Yeah, we are. That's a really strong start from Ahmed out here.
It's really good. It's really good. And what we were discussing, even though we got the turn order wrong, this deck when it gets to do its game before Stax piece gets in, it's really, really fast.
Yeah.
And there we see an attack to Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It makes sense given Joe is also at Ad Nauseam.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Also, just given the fact that the other two are not playing back. Okay, so here we see another a mana vault. So our players in the bottom of the screen are off to a great start in terms of mana acceleration. It seems a bit rough for Jonas here with Safi.
Yeah.
Just playing a land, fetching.
Yeah.
And passing here. But then again, he could slam a Stax piece now that completely change everything. So let's see. Also, I'm excited to see what his combo is about. I've never seen a Safi deck before.
I haven't played a Safi deck before, I think. So yeah. And again, he has the advantage of being first in turn order, so
exactly.
He just slams something here and everyone stepped out.
Yeah.
And then we see it.
Just as expected, we see a very strong Stax piece here. Yeah. Lucky for Ahmed, he already got one of his engines out, so that gives him another edge here.
Yeah, this really hurts both the Nagila and the Elcha players.
Oh yeah, especially Elcha, they basically need their
commander to go off.
Joe, given that he changed the nature of the deck to be more of an Adnos, can reasonably play without Nagila.
And this is a good play.
And that is a very, very good play. So we see the dark side with for 5, right?
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So immediately I'm thinking, what costs 5 in that deck? So do you think he's gonna go for it here?
I'm not sure. It depends on if he search for the dark side here or if he yeah.
Okay.
Okay, no. Okay, so he's asking for Dranit.
Okay, and so we see Lightning Bolt.
Lightning Bolt. Strangely effective in the current meta.
It is, and especially in decks that run Time Twister, where you can Time Twister loop. It also doubles as a win con.
Yeah.
And it basically kills all the creatures that you
are
want to
relevant.
kill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So that unlocks Nagila and Elsha for a bit. So let's see what's going on here.
Oh.
He uses another dark. Oh, okay. So we are still. It's still possible for Joe to get 2 Adnos now.
Yes.
Or even better, Pier. But he's 1 mana short from Pier, right?
Yes. Okay, so we just see Nagila here.
3 mana. Okay.
Okay.
So not as explosive as we had maybe thought, but given the board state, it's pretty strong still.
Yeah,
good.
And he's set up for an Adnos next turn even if he gets it. So
if he gets a land drop, he has the 5 mana next turn.
Okay, so. Oh, so we had an action there.
So there's just a misunderstanding between the players, and we are now in Ahmed's turn. It's rolling for turn, or rolling for crypt here.
Yeah.
Always lucky, as we know Ahmed.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. So he has a lot of mana, and he has a 4/4 flying.
Yeah, and he has the option to play Tibna here, even if he doesn't have anything on hand, and get in for a card.
Exactly.
Okay. Jessica's will. So
Jessica's will. Okay. So we're
big ritual with black man open.
Exactly. So he gets, I see, 6 red, and gets to exile 3 cards.
Yeah.
That's a really, really good card.
Yeah, Jessica's will. It's strange that we got another ritual.
Yeah.
Especially on the correct color this time, because red is.
Oh, he found a wheel. Oof. So he can't cast the Abolisher, I think.
No.
So what are we seeing here? So I'm expecting a wheel, I think. Okay. It could be Demonic Tutor.
We can even go here for a Breacher.
We don't have a lot of cards in our graveyard yet, or Ahmed doesn't, so...
But for a Hull Breacher, you can go...
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant Underworld Breach. Yeah, Hull Breacher wheel, that is rough.
Yeah.
For the rest of the pot, especially because they are mostly tapped out. Only Joe has open mana in form of his 2 treasures.
And 1 card in hand.
Yikes. Ahmed is...
This is one of his usual starts.
Exactly.
So
to all of you watching, this is what Ahmed does to all of us on a daily basis.
Yes.
Okay, so... Yeah, I think you're right. It has to be...
yeah. I don't see I don't see another line unless he has something in hand that
So the players are joking that they know what Ahmed is searching out, and they all guessed Hull Breacher, which Ahmed confirmed.
He says it's not.
Did he say no?
No, he said no.
Well,
it would have been good, but no.
Well.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, exciting! That probably means there's some spice left in his hand.
I do think, given the mana situation, I would have gone for it. I'm not sure what you have done. I don't have the experience that Ahmed has in this deck, but
I think I would have gone in as well. Just because you can, you get so much mana, you can play both your commanders. Your opponents are empty-handed. It's so hard to lose from that position.
Yeah.
But he is going for the Underworld Breach.
Underworld Breach.
So
Well, there is the risk here that in order to fill up his graveyard, he's gonna wheel here, and he might give answers.
Yeah.
That's where I think the Hull Breacher line is safer.
Agreed. But
this is something we were discussing previous to the tournament this morning. How the Underworld Breach lines are open.
Yeah.
In the first wheel.
Definitely. But it gets it gets a bit more exciting for us to watch.
Yeah,
because now
absolutely.
the other players get to refill as well.
Oh, and he had a Force of Will and a Deflecting Sweat in hand.
Oh, that's a pretty good opener.
Yes, that's insane. And he drew the land this turn because he didn't play a land last turn, so we know his initial hand.
Yeah.
That's nuts. And the top three was even more difficult to get.
But that's what this format is all about.
Yeah. Given this hand, though, I
still would have gone for the Hull Breacher.
You have protection for it.
Yeah, simply just to avoid giving my opponents cards.
Yeah.
There's a very real risk here that
one gets a bouncer, or we have 2 mana open from Najeela, so.
Mm-hmm. And he is casting Demonic Tutor again. And I think he has used all of his available mana now.
Yes, it seems that he doesn't have.
So what are you gonna find here?
Oh no, he has 1 mana floating from the mana crypt, right? He just tapped it, so he shall have one color less though. But
okay, but that's not gonna do a lot, I think, unless
I'm not sure what he's getting here. LED. If he has the
LED will fuel his graveyard, but it also it's very risky here, given that he just filled the hands of 3 of his opponents.
Yes.
But we'll see. Ahmed has won from worse positions when I played with him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He never stops impressing us with. So an editor's claim to the Underworld Breach.
So that's in response to the DT.
Yeah.
So, okay. So here we see the danger of the line he took.
Yeah. Again, important where this Nature's Claim is being casted. Yeah. I think I would have allowed to get a little bit more information with the DT, see what he gets, because I think the obvious here is the LED.
Yeah.
But then again.
Okay. So
also Joe won his round 1. So.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And Nature's Claim targeted Underworld Breach and resolved. So DT is now back on the stack.
Yes. And now he can go for something safer here.
Depending on what he drew, I think I would maybe look at some interaction. Obviously, I don't know what he drew.
Yeah.
But you're passing the turn to people who just refilled their hand.
And completely tapped out.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So what are you getting here? Fierce Guardianship?
Fierce Guardianship, or are you gonna Fierce Guardianship as maybe I will go for something stronger maybe here. A Pact of Negation is not that here. He has enough mana to pay for it. In
that case, I think I would rather go for the Force of Will.
He doesn't have it anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's exiled. Oh, that makes it a lot. That's true. So Pact, no. In that case,
Fierce seems the safest, but there is a lot of bouncers in the format right now. If I had both the Timna and the Crown out, I will go definitely for the Fierce. But
definitely. So, but we have a game on our hands now. Instead of a turn 2 win or what it was,
it was turn 2.
We have everybody refilling their hands, and let's see where this takes us.
Yeah. And Elcha will have a lot of mana open for turn 2.
Yeah.
So.
But I still feel Elcha is a bit slower. I would be surprised if Elcha pulls out a win here out of this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's he has the mana for it. Yeah. He can go. Passing. He didn't attack. No. He forgot to attack.
He forgot to attack, yeah.
Okay, that happens.
It happens.
Especially after you don't get the win.
Yeah.
It's easy to get to forget it.
Exactly. You kind of got like soul crushed for a minute and just
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on here to Manuel's second turn, and a lot have happened already.
Yes.
So an untapped Steam Vents, and he's Smothering Tide. Yes, we see a Smothering Tide here. So now he has all the mana in the world, or soon will get.
Yeah.
So Elcha is also off to a strong start here.
And even this strong start from Elcha seems not like a lot after what Ahmed tried to do.
Exactly, and Joe.
Yeah.
So
let's see how the wheel evened out the match here.
Yeah. So for the sake of Jonas, I really hope he found some sort of stacks here. So Forbidden Orchard for turn. That can be nice in the face of a Chimney deck. You can give blockers to your opponents. Chrome Mox here.
Okay, some acceleration.
Yeah.
Which is what he was lacking compared to the rest. So
exactly. So maybe he's pulling back in here. And what is he? He's exiling a Hilliard, which I'm assuming is part of a win con here. So he has to find another way to win.
Yeah.
And we see Safi here. And that triggers Crown. That was the second spell of turn.
That triggers the Smothering Tide.
And it triggers all the triggers.
Yeah.
And we see a Deafening Silence. Okay, so...
And here's the stacks piece that we were waiting, hoping for. This completely changes.
It definitely does. So I still feel like Najila just being so strong on her own, and we see Manuel doesn't have any blockers here, and Ahmed, given that he forgot to attack, also have a blocker.
Yeah.
Given that, Joe could potentially, if he found one of his combo pieces here. Yeah. I don't know how many he plays when he plays the Abnaus version, but I'm sure he at least plays the Revi. So probably contemplating a top tutor, or maybe looking at the top 3 with top before.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he considered it with the treasure, but I think the cost is too much.
We're here.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe he's considering paying for Smothering Tide. I doubt.
No, I don't think that's an option. No. Yeah, so exactly.
Yeah, Worldly Tutor most likely. Could it be a Phantasmal Image to copy the Dockside for mana, or are we just going for the Oracle here? Obviously, it depends on the rest of his hand.
Sure. I think a Phantasmal Image makes a lot of sense here. There is a lot of artifacts now and enchantments, so
because I'm not sure on the math if he finds the Revi, if he gets enough untaps to actually make enough mana to continue.
I don't think he does.
No,
not with the amount of land drops he has.
So let's see what happens here. My guess it is Image as well.
Yeah. It leaves him with enough mana open to interact for the next few turns, given that everyone just only gets one shot at trying something.
So he's contemplating a lot here what to get in here.
Okay, so he has narrowed it to 2.
Yeah. So, yeah. Given... So we see Joe thinking a lot here.
Yeah.
The rest of the table joking that he should get a Dryad Arbor.
And there Ahmed says, get a dockside. Jokingly, but he might be getting a dockside here.
Yeah. So this orbit here. Oh, Emil. So he's going for the infinite mana.
Yeah.
But unless he has some way to generate, I think 6 mana right now, he's gonna wait a turn.
Yeah.
He could go, as we talked about, image, copy dockside, cast what's his name? Emil.
Yeah.
And then generate infinite attack steps with Najila. But given that it took him this long, I don't think he has that line or that out. So we see here that Manuel is getting a lot of treasures here. People are not paying for the Smothering Tide. That also sets him up really nice for his upcoming turn.
Yeah. It's a lot of open mana for everyone.
Exactly. Except
the Deafening Silence, though, changing.
Oh, yeah, true. He cannot play any more spells. That's non-creature, right?
Yeah. But he can get around it because his combo requires 2 creatures here.
True. So I think Joe maybe forgot about the Deafening Silence by the sound of it.
Maybe. He got reminded of it and okay.
So
he's thinking about activating that Sensei's Divining Top without knowing what's on the top to just try get it.
Truly a YOLO play, as he mentioned.
Yes. Hey, we have seen weirder things happen, but
we have. Okay, so Joe's going to attack. I'm assuming that he's attacking Manuel.
Okay, yeah, and Manuel.
Yeah. He remembered his trigger, and Manuel is taking 5 damage here. 3 of which are command damage, which probably won't be relevant.
So definitely forgetting that Deafening Silence right there.
Yeah.
I hope he's not forgetting that it's just non-creatures though. Has happened to me before.
True. I think Joe is aware that he can cast, but Emil is a 4 mana creature, I think, with activated cost of 2, right? So he's a bit far off from that. Okay, so we are now at Ahmed's turn.
Yes.
Untapping with all the mana in the world. So we should see something.
And there Joe saying if chat saw his misplay.
So chat, did you notice?
Yeah, let us know. What would you have done in that situation?
Okay, Ahmed is playing a land for turn.
So yes, 8 mana here.
8 mana here, that is pure mana.
Yes, with protection.
With protection.
Not that he can play anything to protect it, but...
Also, peering into a rule of law effect is not the best in the world.
Yeah.
Only thing that's worse is doing it into a Narset.
Yeah, that hits close to where I live. You know? And now we have Hullbreacher to do that for ourselves. Yeah.
So Ahmed is contemplating swinging, but he's staying home.
not letting himself open to an agile attack.
Exactly. Okay, and in Ahmed's end step, it looks like Manuel is going to do some stuff.
I will go here.
So it's probably either a removal spell for the Deafening Silence or Mystical Tutor.
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh, so wait, Ahmed is now discarding.
Yeah, he had 8 in hand, apparently.
Oh, okay, so Manuel didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
More Forbidden Archers.
Yes. So Timna is gonna have a rough time getting through now.
Yeah, but that also helps with some of the warriors in the first few attacks. So
true.
Elcha entering. Okay.
So their Elcha is on the stack now. And it seems like Joe is gonna say no to that. And yes, he is targeting Elcha with a Pyroblast. Obviously both Safi.
Okay, so we'll see protection here.
Oh, and he can do that given that. So Crown is triggering now. Manuel has...
Okay, so now we see it.
Okay, so it looks like in response to Crown's trigger, Ahmed is gonna cast something here. And he's Adnosing in response.
With 44 life.
44 life. Wow. Yeah, so Joe forgot about Deafening Silence again.
So it's gonna resolve this.
Yeah.
This is gonna resolve because the two players that had... The player that had something to do.
Mm-hmm. So now the rest of the pod really has to hope that Jonas maybe can find some sort of additional stacks piece to keep Ahmed at bay here. So a few lands here. More lands. Mystical Tutor.
Okay. He needs to find instant speed removal for the Deafening Silence before his turn.
Yeah.
Pier.
But Pier, as we mentioned, is really awkward with the rule of law effect in play.
Yes.
But it is rough on his life total here.
Yes, here we see why he stayed with the crown open.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it makes it way more sketchy.
Yeah. So this hasn't been the best for
not
Ahmed
at all.
And Chain of Vapor, okay, that's good for him.
Yes, partially though, because his life total is really low, so he has to be really careful where he fires that off. So the crown doesn't.
He can do it until I think Joe's end step.
Yes.
Okay, so Adnos has resolved
and the crown trigger resolved. So he got an extra card.
Dispel resolves, countering the Pyroblast, and now Elcha resolves.
Yes. And I'm wondering why he waits here on the crown trigger to resolve.
Maybe to give Manuel one less mana from the Smothering Tide.
He had already casted the Dispel though, so
that's true.
So I'm not sure. Maybe considering paying the draw trigger, like seeing his options before. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Me neither. Okay, so we are Jonas' turn untapping here. I think the rest of the pod would really like to see an additional stacks piece here to keep Ahmed in bay, even though his Adnos wasn't the best.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, and it's going to be really interesting how the Chain of Vapor resolves, because if someone we know Joe has a protection piece, so because he was tapping his mana, he thought he had it, so Ahmed is not going to be able to defend that Chain of Vapor.
No.
Let's see if he remembers that
this time.
that mistake from Joe.
Okay. So see, Jonas is tapping some mana here. Altar of Dementia, so that's a combo piece, I'm assuming.
So interesting.
So that's an interesting spell to choose to play out, but I'm guessing that he might not have the best options given that he plays that.
Yeah. Well, he's in a position in which he can advance his game plan here. He's already proposing enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, looking at the top here, there's resolving as an I need top trigger.
Okay, let's see. Here.
Oh yeah, so
yeah, I can hear you now.
so yeah. Let's see.
So there's some deep sighs here. Maybe Joe's not finding what he was hoping to. I think he's activating his top in Jonas' instep here.
Yeah.
So he's going to his turn. So given that, okay, so we're in his upkeep here, and he's drawing. He's not paying for the Smothering Tide.
No, I think the knowing what Admet has in hand,
Yeah.
the more mana the better for the
Exactly.
table. So
Makes sense.
And did you do the draw?
sorry for the background noise. We have a judge call going on another of our pots right now. So
Yeah. So Joe is asking how many cards everybody has in hand, and Ahmed asked if he wants him to count. I think a lot is a fine answer.
yeah.
In this case, we can't unshuffle the library, and only for this when you have this competitive rules. We
Joe
are
is
playing under the
contemplating if he can stop Ahmed from winning.
How much
says
damage
no.
can he
please
can
be
he
careful not
inflict
to,
here?
I can only get 4 in, I think, because Crown will block Nagila that creates 2 tokens.
That's still good, given that Admet has a mana crit.
That's
in play.
true. He could
He
get
needs
him
to attack here.
Yeah, he needs to attack him for
For everything.
sacrifice his Nagila.
Yes.
And the rest of the table is now.
if you revealed it to the other players, you mean? If you, yeah, if you knock over some cards and
Interesting.
all cards are revealed and
So-
they should be revealed.
So they're mentioning if the chain results. So
For looking at extra cards.
okay, let's see.
So Joe decided what to do
In
here.
that case,
So he's
you have the remedy to put it back. Depending on
Okay.
if you have knocked over all your deck, then it's kind of hard to put it back in the correct place.
Okay, Emil
he's-
Devles.
so he's 1 mana short from infinite mana here, I think.
Depending on how how much is knocked over and how much is revealed.
But then again,
It's hard
given
to
the
say
knowledge
unless
of
you have
Ahmed having Chain of Vapor,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll jump out of the channel.
Ahmed didn't get another bounce spell, right?
Not that I saw.
Me
He stopped
neither.
on the first one.
So if they force him to bounce either Darkside or Emil, he will most likely not be able to win on his turn given the Deafening Silence.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, he's running at risk of flipping wrongly the crypt and then dying.
Exactly.
Um,
Ahmed could, though, target his own crypt,
yeah.
bounce, sack a land, copy the spell, because that doesn't count as casting another spell. So this is a really critical turn.
Oh.
Joe's just passing here. Not attacking is...
Yes.
That's...
Debatable,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Now...
I think that leaves an option for Ahmed to win.
Yeah, Ahmed he smells blood now. Asks how many cards everybody has in hand.
Yes.
But given that he can protect his Chain of Vapor, I'm fairly certain that somebody's going to stop him here.
Yeah. Yeah, I still think not attacking.
Oh yeah.
Here it's hurting everyone's purpose. But that's Joe saying that?
That's Joe, I think.
Joe saying he can't dig for interaction here?
Yeah. So obviously, Safi is built to take advantage of the Deafening Silence, but I don't know. I hope that he left up mana for interaction, because, or maybe Jonas is trying to set up for a win on his turn with the altar. I don't know the combo, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ahmed is now saying that he is lamenting the fact that his Grand Abolisher is exiled, meaning that he wanted protection for his wind. Because he could then play the Abolisher, make the other people unable to interact, bounce the Deafening Silence, and then go off.
Unsubstantiate? Target. The
that's damage control. So Ahmed is not going for it, I feel like. But then again, I noticed he did draw a Savine Reclamation that can get back Breach. So if he can sculpt it away that he can
if
get
he can
that,
do Abolisher, Abolisher is exiled. But if he can do something to resolve that Chain of Vapor, he's in pretty good shape to win here.
Yeah.
And that trigger of the Mana Crypt resolving, he would have been dead
He
here.
would have been dead if Joe had attacked him.
Greedy there to keep the Dockside alive, but he didn't notice that the Dockside was not needed at all here. So yeah.
And he's paying for Smothering Tide here, so I think we are heading into Ahmed just...
Phantasmal Image.
Oh, but that's just a lot of mana.
Well, it's way less than from the other side because most of the artifacts are still in unmet.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 still.
10 mana, yeah.
So I think the table is contemplating whether or not they should bounce the Dockside to prevent Ahmed to get on.
Well, that's an interesting line as well. The mill might give Ahmed here a combo line of getting infinite mana. Not sure what he does with it.
No, because
he's still constrained, and the Chain of Vapor gets rid of.
Okay, so Ahmed is asking the pot what is on the everybody's graveyard.
He got a Mnemonic Betrayal.
Oh, that's true.
There is a Nature's Claim on Joe's graveyard.
But he still can't cast both the Betrayal and the Nature's Claim.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see if he
sees it, yeah. Yeah. We have that beautiful flusterstorm in Spanish.
Yeah.
So he's generating 9 or 6. Potentially 5.
Yeah. Depending on they sack their treasures.
Or untapped it since he's dividing top.
Yeah.
Yeah, the top is pretty obvious here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a sick match, Twitch.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
A lot has happened in this match.
Yeah. Where... Are we on turn 4 right now?
I think we're on turn 4.
Turn 4 or 5. It's sick. Yeah.
Okay, so
10?
Manuel did... Okay, did everybody just let him have his treasures?
Oh, it's 10. It was actually 10, yes.
Yeah.
We were wrong about that. Yeah, everyone let him.
Interesting to see that at least Joe didn't remove his top.
Yeah.
So the table is trying to go to Ahmed into trying to bounce.
Yeah, just go bounce now, please. Okay, so now we see it.
So would you, in this scenario, have bounced your own crypt, sack the land, and then redirect it? Because Ahmed gets in the same position again next turn if Joe attacks him.
Yeah. So Seth is getting Spirit here.
Yeah.
More blockers. So
And
we see a
Manuel
Swan
is trying to counter the Chain of Raver with a Swan Song.
that will resolve.
It will, and it will also give Ahmed another blocker.
Yes. Yes.
So this is what I feared for Ahmed, given that he didn't bounce his crypt.
He's on a bad situation. Yeah, you're right. And there is a thing to say though. I think there is the same incentive to stop the chain on the first one if they're bouncing the crit. More mana open for the next turn, constrained by the deafening silence.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Definitely could be.
It's gonna be
Timna?
Yeah, it's gonna be more blockers here.
Yeah.
We're on that plan.
Yeah. He's just want to gum up the board in order to buy himself another turn.
Which he doesn't have on board because there is the combo of Emil and the Doxa Extortionist.
Yeah.
So
exactly. So,
and I actually think, I actually think it's gonna be really interesting how he sculpts his hand after the end of the turn, because it's probably gonna be mostly protection to stay alive.
I think. I don't know. I don't see how he gets there without a bounce spell, and unless he drew one for this turn, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, and like using the Obsession Shade on the Elcha was so relevant as well.
Yeah. So Ahmed is moving to discarding down to hand size. So it's gonna take a minute here.
Yes.
with 20 cards in hand.
This is gonna take a while. Yeah, it's really difficult to see a line in which Ahmed pulls off this game, but again, we saw a conservative move from Najila on the previous turn, not attacking, so if that happens again, he still gets another shot at this.
True.
You have always to keep playing the game until you're out.
Definitely. And he's definitely in it still. Everybody is.
But this is super interesting because Safi, which was lagging behind, we're not even talking about the Safi player, and he already has one piece on board.
Exactly. He could just drop the piece, and I'm assuming it's creature based, so he will even be able to protect it.
Yeah, it will be like in round 1 when the Oracle hit.
Yeah.
Not expected.
So the table here is joking around a bit, mocking Ahmed for his unlucky nose.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't.
True.
Oh, they are talking about 2 mana colorless artifact. You don't get maximum hat size for the rest of the game. While you have it.
Oh yeah, Thought Vessel or something.
Yeah, Thought Vessel. Thought Vessel.
Commander stable, cEDH not so much.
Nope. They're in the same shoebox as the Commander Spheres. And
even a Reliquary Tower.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, so he is discarding the Sevint Reclamation.
Yeah. He discarded the Pier, the Mnemonic Betrayal, the Monolith, the Sevint Reclamation, the Remora.
So I think whoever's trying to go for it next. Oh, I don't know. Man. This is a spicy one because Joe has a win on board.
Yeah, he does. So now he has a target on his head.
Exactly. I would love to see Jonas just sweep in and steal the win here somehow.
Yeah. So another spirit there. Doesn't change the mat at all for attackers on
Elsha's back now.
Yeah. So this is a rebuilding slow turn for the Elsha player, which hasn't been really lucky besides that smothering type draw. Unlucky Will, I guess.
He did counter the Chain Vapor, so...
Mystical Tutor from... So a removal here for the...
Most likely. Or it could be... He did draw Oracle off of console, right?
Yeah.
Or Adnot, right?
Yeah, and
but then again, you need the.
To be honest, I here go for an agent, because it's a blocker. It's a blocker for the attack, and it also can give you the tutor if someone is placed into it.
Yeah, but it's a mystical tutor, so you can't get agent.
Oh yeah, it's a mystical tutor. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, well, a bounce.
I think... So he did get a Windsor Rebuke, a bounce spell. But I don't think he can afford to run it out to get the Deafening Silence, so that means he still needs to remove that to win.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just a position in which he protects himself.
Yeah.
He's also waiting on someone triggering that crown to get it.
Yeah.
Because it's stuck on the top. So let's see. So Chad, who do you think it's gonna win?
Yeah.
Tell us your predictions here. It's a really board position, like interesting board position here.
Oh yeah. A lot is happening here.
Hey. Oh, so we see us in 6 Divine in top.
Okay. Ahmed is paying for Smothering Tide here.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Still 7 treasures open.
Yeah.
Sitting on like 15 mana for next turn. And only 4
if,
life.
if he gets a next turn.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, we are seeing Jonas untapping here.
So it's Smothering Effect trigger that's not paid. So Ahmed asking there's if he can pay for the rest of the triggers. Also, so we have a bet for Elsha here.
Yeah. So Wish Potato thinks Elsha's gonna win. I think Knul1400 is hoping for Ahmed to pull out a win, even though it looks rough.
Yeah, he drew the card.
Yeah.
He already drew the card, so he was.
So Jonas is asking whether or not Ahmed already drew the Winds of Rebuke, and I believe he did, off the Crom trigger.
Yeah, he missed it.
Yeah, he could have sacked the earlier spirit to do it.
Yeah. Okay, now realizing he should have done it. Let's see, this is a lot of mana.
Finale of Devastation X is 2. So what is he getting
X3
here? Oh, X is 3.
Yes. He tapped the
Chromox. So what is he getting here? What combo piece?
I'm not sure.
I think could it be the 3/2 Renegade Rallier that returns a permanent from graveyard, and then he can use the altar to mill out everything.
Yeah.
It could be. Ahmed is not saying yes to that.
There.
Or saying no here.
Oh.
Okay. So they at least got that out of Ahmed's hand. That's one less piece of interaction, but now it really looks good for Joe, I think.
It really does. It really does. He's sitting on a comfortable position, not that many cards in hand. Also getting a 2-for-1 there. Okay, so we're moving to Joe's turn. He has the combo pieces on board right here. Can he pull it off?
We'll see. We just make a quick toilet break in the commentary.
Quick change, yes.
What an insane match to join. It's been a delight to see you come back.
It's been really nice. It's been really nice, and yeah.
There's been some crazy interaction.
Bouncing the Emil here.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. So, as you mentioned, the win is on board.
And again, here we are hoping Elsha or Safi had anything to defend that Winds of Rebuke, because otherwise...
Yeah.
Oh, activating the top.
That does make a lot of sense. You gotta have search for something here to interrupt this line of play.
Yeah. And worst case scenario, you're protecting what gets milled.
Exactly. Which does seems to be the thing he's doing here. Either that or finding an answer.
Oh,
that's crazy.
So that Altar of Dementia changing everything again.
Really coming in handy here.
Yeah,
I really like. That's so spicy when you can use these alternate modes of these combo pieces.
Absolutely. So many of our tutors get things to the top.
Yes, it is. It is really, really great. Also, why Winds of Rebuke is one of the premier bounce spells. Yeah. Even though it costs 2, it's some investment, but
it was a Veil of Summer on the top,
which probably wins him the game in this situation.
Yeah. So he will hold priority on the Sensei's Dividing top trigger here.
Mm-hmm.
What is he doing here? Okay. Makes a lot of sense because he can make the land drop play the dockside, replay the Emil with the amount of artifacts. And Elcha here, the only one being able to play something. Oh, trying to see the top 3.
Yeah,
that's everything.
That makes sense. This is a really, really strong play here, for sure.
Yeah, that's the important thing. As chat points here, there is enough artifacts and enchantments to go up again for
This is just if you can protect or if they can't stop it here, and also good reason why you want to wait a little bit and then make them burn their energy and then go off on the top of it.
Yeah,
a strength that Flash Hawk had back in its day, and also why it was banned with good reason, because if this resolves it, this should be the game.
Yeah, if there is no counter spells. Okay, so response sacking all the treasures there.
Yeah,
that's enough mana.
I believe so too. We have 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah.
Okay, Graham's number of
spicy. I would have gone for Avocado's number.
Yeah.
But yeah, that does make a lot of sense. It's really patient play. I think it's nice.
Yeah. Seeing your options and your outs there. I understand why he didn't want to go off on top of the Ryugi immediately. He wanted to see what was going on the rest of the table as well.
And that's the thing. We talked about it before we started this tournament, that you have to kind of bait it out. This is easier in person.
Yes, absolutely.
Because
you can talk and then...
You can talk and you can see how the players react and look at their hands and say, oh, stop, and stuff like that. But you really have to be patient. And I think a lot of cEDH is about timing as well.
Yeah. Casting an opal. Oh yeah, the opal was casted there on. Yeah, that's maybe not great.
I think we are maybe in the...
We're in the end game here.
Yeah, exactly. It's the... doesn't...
yeah.
But let's see. I can't really see what there will be. That doesn't matter at all.
And now we will move to the draw step, and that's gonna be game and in combat. Oh,
that's also good enough.
That
is also good enough. But I really like the other line. The Emil line is really spicy. I think it's a good tech for this deck, that it doesn't have to rely on these combat based things, that you can generate it out of turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a creature. So what they're pointing out is that the deafening silence, doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really work here.
He still has the defense potentially.
And going for the Emil and a Crown Trigger. Nothing can happen here.
Not really, no. I'm not sure. I guess I would have gone for the Emil first so you can reload, but I'm not sure here. Yeah.
He can tap everything with the Revi here. He's talking about style points at this point. he's trying to figure out how to win on stream that it looks really good.
But yeah.
So he's gonna flicker the Revi and tap everything.
Yeah. That does get him there, right? Because he... All right, but he can still...
He can do it again.
Then he'll just continue.
Yeah. And they all have played... All the opponents have played their non-creature spells.
We actually have a really cool... input from the chat that the style point here is to have the person with the City of Brass. You can just kill them with the Derivative.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
The style is real here, for sure. It's a good catch.
Yeah.
Is it though? I'm not quite sure.
I don't think there's anything they can do.
Not really.
They have all played their spells.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he still has this one non-creature spell, right?
Yes.
Because he cast Emil and the
And
Revi.
he can attack with infinite.
Oh, that's that.
Hasn't he casted a spell this turn? The Safi player?
I don't think so. We are in Joe's turn, right?
Yes.
Så der er den feature match.
So, chat, can you correct me here? I thought everyone had played their things. I don't remember what, but
Yeah.
he yeah, that's true.
That is. I didn't know that, but that's.
Oh no, yeah, because it's a stage-based action that will
It is?
get you
Okay.
afterwards.
All right.
You'll still have 21 damage mark
And that-
from it.
and that-
it's not reducing your life total to less than 1 or
Okay.
0.
But doesn't Ancient Grace say you can't lose the game?
But then the next time state-based actions are...
Oh yeah.
take
So he
your-
just
your
puts him
lose.
to minus infinity, and then as soon as he passes the turn
He will get to 1 damage, but he will still have 21 damage mark from the commander.
from the commander, yeah, exactly. That makes sense. But let's see if he calls it. I guess he has to call it here before the.
Yeah. Hey, there they pointed.
Yeah, they pointed it out to him.
Okay. Yeah, they pointed it out to him, and
Yeah.
that's the end of the game.
Yeah, because if they.
Yes. Why? Casting at...
That doesn't. I don't understand this. At
Okay,
all.
now you get bounce your Nagila. You don't attack anymore.
This just seems like, this seems like a lot of extra steps.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
guess there's a stylistic point in here. And
Hey,
if you're sitting, halfway across the world, you might as well, because essentially the part is over.
especially if you're on stream and you want to show up.
Yes, exactly. And this is the big brain time right now. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
But
So they're asking if he just wins at passing the turn.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Ja, nej.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the players just realized what we in chat have been talking about. Well, chat pointed out that essentially what you also said, put infinite commander damage on each person and then pass the turn, and then
Pass the turn.
doesn't matter.
Oh, did he get an Angel Grace here?
Yeah, and that's
So we're sacking Safi to mill.
that is essentially
And
the
then
game.
the GGs.